But we start with England, who are back in action tonight in their penultimate game before the World Cup.
Yeah, they take on Italy away from home, where they've not won since 1961.
Yeah, and yesterday we brought you the news that Harry Kane, along with 8 other European captains, intend to wear this special One Love armband in Qatar.
It's part of a new anti-discrimination campaign intended on promoting inclusion in a country where same-sex relationships are illegal. However, FIFA are yet to sanction its use.
I had a discussion with Christian. Obviously, he's not the captain of Denmark, but me and Christian have spoke, and then obviously Hugo at Spurs, and it was about coming together, and I think being together sends a bigger message rather than just people doing individual stuff.
We felt there was a collective stance that again would lead to people having these discussions and talking about these issues. And yeah, the people I've spoken to have sort of explained to me, human rights lawyers in particular, that there's not a lot more the players in particular can do than talk about those issues and put them on the table, because in the end we're not, we're asking for change in a country that we're respectful of, that has made a lot of progress, but also we don't have any control over.
England travel to Milan tonight off the back of what's been Gareth Southgate's trickiest spell as manager.
It probably has, actually. Yeah, England sit bottom of their Nations League group. Relegation is a real possibility, but Southgate has urged his players to be ruthless.
Maybe you don't analyse the victories quite as acutely as you analyse the defeats, and that's probably not the right approach in actual fact. But I felt I compromised certain decisions internally, and you don't win if you compromise, because what we're going into, we've got to be completely ruthless, and I've got to create the environment for the players that allows them to excel, and to provide them with the best platform to be at the level they've been for the last 5 or 6 years.
Well, no doubt England are experiencing a bit of a blip. They've not won in 4 matches, and they've got 2 defeats to Hungary on that list, including a 4-0 at home last time out. But Southgate says that form doesn't come into international football.
Starting from scratch every time, really. And there were so many circumstances in the summer with, firstly, high-quality games, high-quality opponents, but also the need to look after some of our big players. I think every nation did that. If we were coming out of those matches wondering why things hadn't gone quite so well, then that would be more of a concern. But we know the level of performance needs to be incredibly high to achieve what we want to achieve in the World Cup.
We're playing against some of the best teams in Europe, so it's never an easy game. You can never take your foot off the gas, and difficult game away from home where we haven't won in a long time. So I think these games are great preparation for the World Cup, and yeah, we need to use it to try and show that we can play against some top nations in the way that we want to, and be ruthless in both ends of the box in terms of keeping clean sheets and also scoring goals.
Now, one name that perhaps stuck out in this latest England squad is that of Harry Maguire.
Yeah, Manchester United's captain has had a bit of a rough time recently at Old Trafford and has come in for a bit of criticism as well.
Certainly has. He's played 5 times for United this season, winning just twice and conceding 8 goals. But it's important to remember that when it comes to England, he's been consistent and he's never actually let Gareth Southgate down. No,
he's been brilliant for England, hasn't he? It's almost certainly why the England manager had no hesitation in calling him up for the 2 matches against Italy tonight and then Germany on Monday.
And in his interview with the written press, Southgate may have hinted that Maguire will be on the plane to Qatar regardless of his form with United, and said that he'd actually put his reputation on the defender. Yeah,
Southgate did admit that Maguire's situation at his club isn't ideal, but insisted that it's important that England back their best players and that Maguire was incredible with the ball.
When asked if he's needed to put an arm around Maguire this week, though, this is what Southgate had to say.
I try to speak with all of the players individually. That's been a bit more difficult this week because we've only had 2 days and we've got 28 players, so I'm getting through that. But I haven't felt the need to focus any more on Harry than any of the other players.